situation who can even be a bridge to get us to the other side. But I think when we get to the other side, it'll be the other side of realness.
I think Joe Biden has a chance to be LBJ.
Next LBJ.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I don't believe you can be a Democrat and be a Christian at the same time. I don't believe it.
That's why you better be independent. You can't be a Republican and a Christian at the same time either. Just ask the evangelicals.
What's up, everybody? It is Monday night. So you know what time it is? I think is it Monday? You know, my days are off. My days have just been kind of running together. And there's so much craziness going on in this crazy world that we have a few things to talk about. And I have an interesting cast of characters, very intelligent people that I know very dearly. And we're going to chat a little bit about what's happening in the government and politics in our world and how it affects us as a whole. So let's bring our folks on. What's up, Tam Watts? Got a comment over there. What's going on? How are you? That's my baby. Y'all should know by now. And if you're watching this thing, if you would just go ahead and share it. Take a moment. We want to give you an opportunity to share. A lot of our audience is on YouTube now. And a lot of you guys are still on Facebook. So, and some people on Periscope, Twitter. So if you would, go ahead and hit that share button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you're alerted anytime we put new videos up. So let's get into this thing. What we talking about tonight? What we talking about, Ms. Producer? What we got? What we got up first? How are you, Candace? How are you, Sharon?
I'm good.
I'm fine.
How you, Charles? I don't know if can you hear me, Charles? Maybe he can't hear me. All right, so we have.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good.
Rick's in the comments. So let's get this party started, right? I think as we speak, the Democratic Convention is either getting ready to start or starting already. What's going on, Lawrence? There we go. I was waiting on that.
Hey, man.
So you guys, this Democratic Convention is up and going, I believe. There's a few nights of it. I know this first night, let me look at the itinerary. They got some people speaking. They got Gretchen Whitmer speaking. They got Andrew Cuomo speaking, which my lady Tam is a big fan of Andrew Cuomo.
Me too.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
So some of them say he can get it, whatever that means.
Okay, I'm not going to do that for
Yeah, whatever that means. We don't know
whatever that means. Someone say Cuomo can get it.
Which Cuomo? Which brother? It's two.
This is the governor one. The governor, right? He's
the governor.
New York. Yeah, they tend to like him. Right, Jim Clyburn is speaking. Unfortunately, while I respect Jim, I don't think we're gonna be able to understand what he's saying as he's talking. If you know Jim,
right.
You know what I'm talking about. His great person. Tam said both of the Cuomo.
Chris, yeah,
the young one is on CNN. I think.
Chris,
he has his own show. Chris Cuomo has a show. Yeah,
State of the Union, I think is what he calls it, or something like that. Yeah, they both nice guys, but you ladies are interesting. Let me go through this a little bit further. All right, so I don't understand why. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna be nice this week.
Oh, shocking!
But the big thing is Michelle Obama. Bernie Sanders will be speaking. Both between 10 and 11 o'clock. I think it's tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's today?
It starts at 10 Eastern, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So that is going to be quite exciting. They're expecting Michelle's speech to be historic like it was last year when she coined the phrase, when they go low, we go high. So we're going to see what good phrase she comes up with this year for us to be excited about. Now, Trump has already started attacking. He's already said that she pre-recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
And so go and be bored to death at the Democratic Convention because they're pre-recording their speeches. What do you got? Is there a difference? I mean, does it matter?
They can articulate the difference.
Especially when Melania is gonna steal it or whatever is why
she's gonna steal it. Exactly. I was just about to say that. She's just getting some more material. That's all.
Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Don't y'all gotta get off Melania on be back.
Still in speech.
You don't even want to be there.
She is hilarious to me. So that's transpiring. I think it's the first ever virtual Democratic convention. So I'm interested to see how that turns out. And another big surprise, a Republican, John Kasich, former governor of Ohio, I think, something like that. He is speaking at this as well. So I guess he sees that Trump is destroying the country, being divisive, as I've always said. And so Biden invited him, their friends, to come and speak, which I don't know. Leonard, does this ever happen? Rick, maybe tell me in the comments. Has it been this type of Democrats bringing a Republican to speak and vice versa at a convention?
Usually when there's a change, I think that would be very telling about the climate of the Republican Party, though. I mean, if you have Republicans willing to hop the fence to speak at a Democratic convention, usually they know something. Something is up.
Something is awry.
Yeah.
Something
ain't right.
Now, somebody's not too happy about it. Take a guess who it is. One of the newcomers, one of the squad members, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is not too happy about him speaking at this convention. And he, maybe because he said some things about her. He said some stuff about some statements she made, and he doesn't necessarily feel like she deserves all the attention that she gets as a new congressperson. So they don't like each other. So we're gonna see how that goes and see if they say something about each other in their speeches. So I'm interested to hear. Ricky said it has happened before. Okay, interesting. So interesting.
Another thing I want to point out, Lamar, is originally this convention was supposed to be in Milwaukee, my hometown, and they strategically did this because they're trying to win Wisconsin again. You know, Wisconsin was historically a blue state, but with the 2016 election, it of course was red. But I'm thinking it was red only because a lot of people did not vote. But this time, I believe Wisconsin will be blue again, and this convention is gonna set it off. It's important in a key state.
That's interesting because people are saying that about Texas as well. At least purple. They think Texas is at least probably gonna swing purple. Somebody jump in. You think
it's gonna be red?
Yeah, Texas is too big, and I mean, of course, the Dallas area, I can see that being blue, but the rest of Texas is conservative. It's just like Georgia. I'm in Georgia now. It's just like Georgia, very old school, very Bible Belt still.
I'm surprised by that in Georgia. There ain't a lot of blacks in Georgia.
In Atlanta is a lot of blacks.
In Atlanta, majority of the state is white.
Okay.
Just Atlanta.
We just out in Atlanta. We just hang out in Atlanta. Like, man,
just Atlanta, maybe College Park, a little outskirts, but it's white.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm surprised by that. Ricky says a lot of voter suppression in Wisconsin. As we transition to the next topic, voter suppression. Segue. There we go. That's the term I was looking for. Segue. Voter suppression in way of the USPS. I always think UPS when I see that. So Trump is at war with the Democratic Party. I'll say that, and with everybody. So basically, they are taking up mailboxes throughout the nation in some states, shutting down sorting machines, because Trump is trying his best to manipulate this election the best way possible. And he's buddied up with the person who he nominated to be the postmaster general, which I'm surprised we still use that term. Thought we got rid of all the masters title.
Obviously not. Yeah, they're still around, I guess.
I want my master's degree, so I hope we can.
But they got to change it. You can't call it master's degree no more. You got to call it something else. Bachelor.
Bachelor squared.
Master square. We don't say master bedroom no more, so we can't say master.
I'm saying it.
So,
call it the big room.
Right. The big room. There we go. I like that. So basically, the issue is they want Trump and the Republicans are afraid that they're going to have universal mail-in, basically sending everybody a ballot to their address. The problem with that they're saying is some people's address aren't correct. Some people what are they saying? As far as signatures go, they don't know if people will be able to sign and kind of, I guess, show who they are, prove who they are with doing this. They're saying that some people that are probably deceased are going to be getting them to their addresses. So they're fighting it tooth and nail because they don't feel like it'll be an effective system as it relates to voting and have an accurate count. And they also say that they don't feel like they'll get them all in time because the post office will be bombarded with ballots because it already sucks. But the thing about it is he's making it harder because he's pretty much defunding them to make it harder.
I was gonna say, why not fund them? Right. I know the Democrats are trying to fund them.
So I see both sides of this. I think I ain't interested in going sitting in a line to vote. So if I can vote from the comfort of my home and get a ballot and mail it back or what have you, that'd be great. I would love to do that. However, I do see how it could create an opportunity to have some inaccuracies as it relates to the ballots. What are y'all thoughts? Come on, somebody.
I'll start. It goes go back to the absentee ballot. Thinking about that, you know, my mother lives in California now, but she's still technically a Georgia resident. So she puts an absentee ballot in. And so that's been a way that they try to mess with the elections then. And then with Trump, I mean, voter suppression, that's been a common problem since the second Bush election, the whole deal with Florida. So they're they're always going to find some type of way to suppress our vote. He knows that Biden and Harris are a big threat. So he's definitely trying to mess that up. But I'll let somebody else talk.
But real quick,
he's doing more to try to mess it up. I feel like he knows that he can't win the honorable way. So he's going to try everything he can because he's really, for him to be a businessman, he does not have any ounce of integrity whatsoever, to me. And I feel as though he is going to do whatever he can so this can't happen. So I feel like we just need to get out at this point, get out, get some chairs. If we got to sit in line all day, just park up and get ready because they're going to try to stop us. I know I got an email saying that I already had my mail-in ballot. They sent me an email saying that this is my correct address and I have more than 2 addresses, which I don't. So they denied me altogether to even mail it in, which doesn't make sense. So I already see the games.
Right.
So I'm just gonna have to go out there, sit out, and just prepare to wait all day. They probably gonna try to lock the doors and say it's because of COVID and everything they can, but he's gonna try to cheat this one.
For sure.
I mean, you have to know, like the last time with the Electoral College, he didn't have the popular vote, yet you still win an election. So now that, you know, we talk on Be the People about how now there's a penalty for that concerning the Electoral College. So therefore, it's like, what's my angle? Well, voter suppression through the mail-in ballot. So again, and I agree, like we have to go out and we have to vote. We'll sit outside for 50-inch TV, you know, on Thursday night for Black Friday. I mean, I feel like we can, you know, like let's have let's tailgate at the polls. Like, let's vote. You know, take the day off, get you a little grill and some homies, and it's like go vote because it's necessary. They're going to try to do, and history has proven, they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that Trump remains in office.
This is true. Before we go to you, Charles, I mean, I feel you on that, and I think we definitely should do that. I think we should go out no matter what. Just be smart, responsible, wear our mask, be prepared to wait, I guess. But absentee is not a bad idea to me. I mean, unfortunately, it's going to have the same problem because of what he's doing to USPS, I guess. But I really like the absentee voting versus the mail-in, with that only difference of you have to request it. You requested it with your proper documentation, so they kind of know who you are. Because I have an unpopular opinion. I think you should have ID when you go vote. I'm sorry, a lot of people don't.
Oh man!
But I think
here you go.
You have ID for everything else. Why not? I don't get why you don't have ID when you go vote to identify who you are. It's just me. But so I think I like the absentee. Charles,
why do you think we need our ID when everything else is anonymous?
Oh, Lamar.
But you know, also they're trying to.
You were doing so good,
They're saying your name has to match exactly. Like before, if you got married and your ID was different, they didn't care. Now they're trying every trick in the book, even with identification, to stop you from voting.
Well, I don't believe in all that extra, but I believe that identification is a smart thing to do when you're going to do something as serious as voting. Otherwise, how do you catch people that aren't supposed to be voting are voting? So if somebody illegal
Who isn't supposed to be voting?
get counted?
Who isn't supposed to be voting?
Illegal aliens,
They can work here. Why can't they vote here?
because they're illegal.
And,
They
well,
work
I
here.
believe felons should be able to vote. So
I
I
do
would
as
definitely
well.
appreciate their vote.
I do as well.
I mean, while I have friends that perhaps might be illegal, I don't know for sure. I mean, it's two terms, legal and illegal. One's right, one's wrong. I mean, I don't understand what the issue is. It's great. You're legal or you're not. I mean, there's a process that
Okay, all right.
I can't just up and go become a citizen of France right now. I'm sure there's a process that I will have to go through. And all these people counted in the census. There's a lot of ways that I think it takes away when people are illegal here doing things, utilizing funding, government funding, perhaps. I don't know. A lot of stuff they might be doing that's taken away. Become legal. I don't see what the issue is with that. I don't see why there's a problem. I didn't mean to get off on the illegal.
I agree with Chris. She said if they're stimulating the economy, why can't they vote?
I mean, are they?
Yes.
Got your tangerine.
Sorry, y'all.
Charles, you want
Yeah,
to
yeah. Lamar, okay. How you tripping?
What'd you say, Charles?
You tripping, man. Every time I get ready to be proud of you, you say something crazy. I said every time I get ready to be proud of you, you say something crazy. Every damn time. Every damn time you let me down. Huh?
Listen.
Damn time you let me down.
Listen, I have a specific tax rate category that I'm in that requires me to most of my check to be taken away. Guess what? Everybody needs to have these same hurdles of life in America if you're here working. I don't care if you want to take $3 to do 40 hours a week. I don't care. You need to pay the same amount of taxes as I pay. You need to go by the same rules. And I love them.
I agree with that.
I love them.
I agree with
They
that.
take our jobs and keep our wages lower.
They
But they're
our
not
jobs
taking
and
our
keep our
jobs.
wages.
We keep shipping them overseas. But
I mean, what is the motivation to increase minimum wage if you got folks that's willing to do the job for $6, $4, $5?
Can I ask a question?
And that's
oh yes, Charles.
Go ahead, Joe.
I can't hear you.
Okay. He decided against it.
It's
All right.
I hear it.
okay. Real quick, can I
go
say
ahead.
something real quick?
Sure.
Because like I hear this narrative about how illegals are taking our jobs. Well, first of all, we have to know in our capitalistic society, they can't take something that's not offered to them. First of all,
Thank you.
so
You better
to say
if I
that
had 2 hands.
to say that they are taking our jobs, the issues are not the illegal aliens. It's the Americans that are giving them those jobs. Now,
At
if you want
cheaper
to talk
wages
about
too.
Cheap
Right.
rates,
right, and again,
cheap
that's our capitalistic mind. How can we make more money for less? And I get that. So what would you say is the solution to that then? Well, again, we talk about how the wealthy, they get so many tax breaks by shipping things overseas. Have incentives to offer jobs here in the States. If you create, your Nike factory here instead of China, we'll give you, such and such and such and such to stimulate the economy. But I'm not buying that BS
Isn't that a Republican policy? And that's something Trump working on?
Hey man, I think that is a wonderful and beautiful idea, regardless of whether it is.
That's Republican
Right.
talk. You gotta be careful.
But it's no
Hey, listen.
behind it.
But no, I'm just over the narrative about, like they're taking our jobs. They're not taking anything.
We're
We're lazy.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely semantics as it relates to it. Yeah, they're not going out and taking them. There are business folks that are like, if you're a business person and you're like, hey, this is my if I can get somebody to do a job for $5 an hour, I ain't gotta give them no benefits. All I gotta do is threaten to call ICE on them and treat them like crap and and rather than paying somebody $15 an hour, guess what I'm gonna do? If I can get away with it, that's what they're gonna do. That's you're
So
right.
my question is, are the illegals the problem or is it the Americans?
Both of them.
Both.
Okay. Cool.
But I feel like this. Honestly, if you're in this country for so long, I do feel I'm gonna agree with Lamar.
Uh-oh.
I do feel as though if you're going to be here
Right,
for
Paul.
a long period of time, you should do your best to try to become legal. Because like if you come in, and I know like I was watching this series on Netflix where ICE was coming in and taking kids and everything. It was really ridiculous. I don't know if y'all watched it, but it's really, really bad right now what they're doing. And they're trying to take kids that was born here that actually get citizenship and strip it from them. So things of that nature, I feel as though they're citizens. We shouldn't try to strip that. When you're born in the USA, you're a citizen.
You're a United States
If you're a
citizen.
United States citizen and you're born in Canada, you are a Canadian citizen at that point until you change it over. So why are we in America trying to strip something that's been in effect for so long?
See, that's a different issue for me. If you're born here, I get it. Even though that's still,
Trump is trying to strip that. Y'all gotta watch that series on Netflix. You'll see a lot.
Even though I still feel a little funny about it, it ain't the baby fault. If you come into the gate and you throwing your baby over so they be legal or whatever you're doing, I don't know how they do it, Lord. Sorry, y'all. I don't mean to be.
They're not throwing in babies.
Whatever they do to get them here, you sneaking over through tunnels or what have you to have a baby so that they be legal here. I get why a parent would want to do that for their kid to be in a better place. So I get it. It's undercutting the system, but I get why a parent would want to do that. However, grown folk coming over and choosing not to go through the proper channels. So, are you okay with everybody that want to come just flooding Texas? What does that mean for the black man and woman who's at the close to the bottom of the totem pole? We working on our rights. We working on our ability to build our economy as black folks. So we get a whole drove of people from a whole nother country. It don't have to be Mexicans. It could be French or Canadians coming in, willing to take less money. What does that do to us as black folks?
Well, I feel like we have the opportunity, and I mean, we think about illegal aliens or immigrants. But you have to know, like, they get education here, and then they'll go back and be doctors and stuff like that in other places. You know what I mean? And so, like, for me as a black person, I feel like those are two different struggles. It's like I have citizenship, and I'm just fighting for civility. A lot of them, in talking to them, like, they don't care about that. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, we just want a job. And truthfully, like, there are not all, but I know a lot will make money here to send back to Mexico or to send back to wherever they're from.
And are we okay with that?
Yeah, I am. Like I had
why would you want to take care of your family? That's like American citizens going over to China for a job and sending money back, or if they can't bring their family here.
It's a lot of Americans that do that. Expats, you know, in other places, there's like non-tax salary, so they do that all the time.
But they also pay taxes, right?
Not overseas. Overseas, there's no tax.
American that's sending money somewhere, they paying taxes. They paying taxes that they come out of their check. They're a citizen. They dealing with.
Americans. I had an uncle that worked in Egypt, and he was basically non-tax. He can send money here, and a lot of those basketball players that are playing overseas, that is a non-tax salary.
Right. They make good money.
Yeah.
Paul said, "Did you know that 3 million people in the U.S. on visas that have good-paying jobs and they stay here for years, keeping up U.S. folks from getting the job? And most visa holders are from Europe and India." See?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I have a question. I'm just curious. How are they stopping us from getting a job? Because you can only stop yourself from getting a job. Let's make that clear. It doesn't, when you have your resume out front and center, that is your portfolio. That speaks for you before they see your face, before they know what you are. your resume is the first thing they'll see. So if you can't get your resume or your cover letter, you're stopping yourself from the gate.
Thank you, Brittany.
You know what's funny to me though is you guys are talking about is less jobs, but just last week you were saying there were people not wanting to work because of unemployment. So which is it? Is it less jobs?
Thank you. Exactly. Which one is it? Is it the unemployment or the not enough jobs?
They're both true.
There's enough jobs. The problem is Americans are lazy.
They're both true. I think they're both true. There is a demographic of folk out there.
Pickle struggle, man.
Right.
Oh, there's a demographic of folk out there in America that are lazy and that will just live off of the government if they can. But there are hardworking Americans out there that can't find jobs or can't get jobs, and it's specific jobs. Can we be honest? There are specific jobs. Cleaning, ladies. Come on, cleaning, ladies. These cleaning companies for these buildings in downtown. Who do you think they got cleaning these buildings?
Well, I know who cleans ours, so I'm going to shut up.
Exactly.
But you know what the difference is?
No.
We want a job. They just want any job. We want specific job. Like we want a job to this. We want this. We want that. They'll take anything given. I'm be honest, because I'm not cleaning the building. I'm just going to be honest. I don't even take our trash in the house. But but when they come over here, they just want to work. And I think us being Americans, we're spoiled. So it can be jobs. You ever tell somebody someone hiring, the first thing it is, well, where they pay, how much they paying, where they at? Meanwhile, they're not making $0 right now.
I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. And listen, I'm the hardest. I'm the hardest when it comes to Negroes, particularly that turn down jobs when they ain't got a job. Yeah. Because when I worked at Everett College, where Candace and Chris and I all worked before, and we worked in admissions, then I worked in career services, and I had these little heifers that would get these job opportunities, and I worked my butt off to get them, and they would turn it down because they said they were going to take away their benefits. That's when I changed my whole mindset. I said, oh, no, I leave Negroes.
But sometimes you have to look at how the system is set up, though, Lamar, too. If they're going to lose benefits and make less and be struggling, then yes, if I have to sacrifice taking care of my family and missing out on benefits then yeah, I'm not going to take that job.
I mean, so
to me, it's the system versus the person.
So the option is to never get off benefits.
No, you can get off benefits, but I want to get off benefits at a job that's going to pay me my worth. If I spent $20,000 on school and then there's a job trying to pay me only $15,000, that's not an investment. And you know, at Everest, like you said, that same place where we worked, we used to say you would get your return on your investment. That's not a return. Like, I'm not getting off of benefits and sacrificing my child starving just because you want to give me a $10 an hour job versus the $15 an hour that I'm getting in benefits.
I mean, what? Come on now.
I'm sorry, I can't work for 10. I didn't work since 10, so I was 18.
And you know, and not to cut you off, Hannah, another school I worked for, they were reporting numbers of employment, even though they were getting people jobs that only would hire them for one day. So just think about that.
The thing is, you have to get into a job. People have to understand these. I'm sorry, I want name call at these schools. They didn't understand that you're not gonna go into this job. Okay, you on government assistant. You stay in the projects. You got 8 kids. You raising them by yourself at your mama house, and you work in the system. You getting you decide that, and you get a job opportunity for $12 an hour, and your benefits giving you the equivalent of $15 an hour. You mean to tell me you're not gonna take the 12? You need to understand that you have to work from the bottom. You can't just all of a sudden go and all of a sudden you're gonna be making $18 an hour and you ain't had no job other than McDonald's.
But the degree is supposed to pay for the extra amount of money, the $18 an hour.
Not initially, right? Not initially, and at Everest is a diploma. It ain't no.
It's true, but still, you in it's supposed to. If everything was going correctly, it should. But
I like what Tam said. Go back to Tam. She said that's why you plan to work for an organization short term and then shift, but some can't see the future beyond their present. They want it all right now, so they willing to grit their aunties and cousins, babies, and put on their taxes so they get $8,000 and spend it on a month.
That's not all people. There's people who are in welfare to work programs that actually just put themselves through. Once they get through, they will get off. So it's not everybody on public assistance.
Yeah, not everybody. I know it's not everybody. I'm talking about the few that there are.
But honestly, I feel like the system is set up to help people think about it. If you're working full time, you're making $20 an hour, but you need to feed your family, you can't get assistance. But if you're home all day not doing nothing, then you can sure enough get food stamps. Like the system is backwards in general.
That's Democrat. That's Democratic.
Here you go. I knew it. Here you go.
All these Democrats. Look, matter of fact, I'm going on a tangent tonight because I feel good. I just worked out. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm full. Listen, the Democratic convention is on right now, and these Democrats are telling these black folks, hey, you keep voting for us, vote for us in November. You're going to keep these goodies. You get to stay at home. Keep getting your assistance, and guess what, black folks? And please do this time go vote.
Those only black people getting assistance.
I always want to give that disclaimer. Please fall for the okie doke this time because we need Trump out to get back to some normal. So
Lamar, you didn't hear Hannah?
Everything I'm saying, forget about what she saying.
It's only black folk. That's what you're saying. It's only black folk.
I'm talking about people that I know. I only specifically target and talk about my community.
Because it's more
everybody, but
we have everybody. We have everybody watching, though, Lamar.
And
when I worked at Everett,
it was all bullets that was turning down jobs. The Mexicans, they weren't turning down no job. They would take whatever and they would go. But one of the problems with that is, and let's go to Brittany's comment real quick. Brittany said every job in my field required that she be bilingual. And guess what? Most of the jobs require that too. Why? Because you got people that are bilingual coming over here that are illegal, that's willing to take jobs and speak the language and you get paid peanuts. And Tam said something. Go back up what Tam said real quick. Sorry, y'all. I'm having fun tonight. And that's not serious for anything that's prejudice. I'm sorry. Tam says, I made $50,000 before left and earned less than unemployment for 6 months for the worth of experience in my resume. And she now makes 6 figures. And I can attest to it. She went over to this little spot up the street making what? What were you making? $12 an hour, $15 an hour? She did it. But she good money. She was doing it. Now she in 6 figures. So that sacrifice, and me and her we've been on food stamps for a month or two and got back on our feet. So everything I'm talking about ain't stuff that we hadn't done. And so it pisses me off when we have people making the excuses for themselves that they gotta be on assistance. They be on assistance for years and years and ain't trying to do nothing, turning down jobs.
How about with the assistance that we get programs that teach people how to actually manage money and get off of assistance? Like nobody has ever thought about that.
Well, education. Education.
I think that's a great idea. Do they have any expectations for you when you go get the welfare?
Well, listen, I don't know how it is in Texas, but in PA, if you get cash assistance, you have to go to a welfare to work program at work, or you won't get anything.
See, there we go.
They shut it down. You won't get back on it. So it depends on your state. Every state is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Right. See,
so they will help you out if you're not helping yourself in the state of Pennsylvania.
See, I like Tam and Brittany tag teaming this thing. Let me see what Chris said. Chris says, well, while I understand the bilingual thing is an unfair issue, why not learn another language? I did. The illegals. So we are required to learn another country's language because they forcing it on us because they coming over in droves and the business owners are rather have you be bilingual. That ain't fair. How is that fair?
Sound like lobbyists talk to me. Sound like some Republican lobbyists talk, huh? What you think? What you think? What you think? We are on the business and we trying to make the money. So guess what? We gonna pay y'all to pay. Hey, listen, if you want to work here, you learn to speak Spanish.
Tal says we have to stop blaming jobs and pay and start educating ourselves on how to shift and climb the corporate ladder or become self-employed. Coming from an HR executive. All right. Shantae says jobs are requiring you to be bilingual because we have people here that speak various different languages. Yeah, a lot of them illegal.
And a lot are legal.
I love them.
Illegal.
I love them, but you know. Brittany says, so wait 2 years, find a job so I can learn Spanish? No. And that's so crazy. And Brittany is not one of those people that I was talking about at Everest. Me and her worked in the same big corporate building, one of the biggest downtown. And so the fact that she can't find a job without them telling her she needs to be bilingual, not saying she don't got a job, I don't know her business, but just in this example, is ridiculous.
Right.
Absolutely ridiculous. She's skilled in what she does. She shouldn't have to speak Spanish to get the job. But they saying
just lie on the resume like they do and say.
But the thing is though, Lamar, on this side of the country, or I should say the world, it's a lot of Latin speaking countries. And so I feel like we're no different. Hell, prior to us coming up, well, the Europeans coming over here, the natives, this was their country anyway. So, I mean, when you go to other countries, Spanish is one of the main languages that's spoken, especially in like Central America.
We ain't interested in all that.
We should be though.
The language is English. If you choose next week, great for you.
And at a certain time, they will be the majority, and not all of them are illegal that speak that language.
So, that's right. Listen.
But I have a question. Why don't we want to learn? When you're in college, you have to take another language.
In high school,
when you're in high school, you have to take. Why don't we want to learn another language? When you're in a business meeting, you can interpret things differently.
It shouldn't be required. It should be an option.
It should be required, but why can't we just try to learn something else? Why do we have to be stuck in our ways?
I mean, I think some people do. Some people
Jeremy
do.
said he speaks sign language, but that don't count as well, job.
I know. I speak French. I actually don't speak Spanish. I speak French.
But how many jobs are asking for a French speaker?
I've gotten paid more speaking French at like call centers.
Yeah. As long as you're bilingual, they don't care what other language you speak.
Like Paul said, better learn Chinese. You ain't lying. I started trying to train.
That's what I was saying.
You mean Mandarin? The language is
like,
Mandarin.
Wouldn't it be like right? Yeah, I don't think it's Chinese.
Mandarin.
Yes, Canada. Texas used to be Mexico. Yeah, it used to be. Ain't no more. But they trying to turn it back. It ain't.
Good luck.
Lamar, just take that hat off and put on the red and white one.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm just
Grab your letters.
I'm trying to make America great. Listen.
So all Iraqis, because in Iraq, some of these people living in a horrible situation, worse than Mexico, right? What's another dilapidated, war-driven North Korea? Some of the North Koreans scared of Kim Jong-un and can't do much of anything. So are we inviting all of them to come over and we got to learn to speak North Korean or whatever?
The Republicans are.
Can they come over in the same amount of people coming over from Mexico? Can we bring over the North Koreans? And now we got
to get a second term. Sure, they're gonna be over here.
That's ridiculous.
I think the problem with the North Koreans coming over though, like they're coming over here for something specific. You know, they're not working. You know, like you said, you mentioned the cleaning jobs, or you mentioned they're coming over here to start businesses. They're opening like beauty supplies, and
just like the Africans,
for the hood,
right? In the Indian,
you know what I'm saying? Right. So
but they come illegally,
and they work in the system.
They work in the system, and they getting grants. Starting business in colored neighborhoods, and we get mad about it. We call it gentrification and stuff. There goes the neighborhood. All the Asians that came and started nail salons, and we don't ever start none. I ain't never seen a black nail salon.
Really?
I was gonna say it's a lot of them now.
No, okay. Washaterias, laundromats. What the Africans have? The Africans have
the grocery store.
The grocery store. And what's the people that go out? The nurses assistants that go out to home health.
Home health. Yeah.
home health industry down.
Can I say one
I don't
thing?
know what black people got. What we got? We got everybody coming over, taking over.
Look, can I say one thing about that?
Sure. What Tam? Hold on. Let me see what Tam said real quick. Tam said he on the road tonight. Y'all, I forgot to slide him some CBD. My bad.
Oh, Tam. Come on. See, that's see.
But listen,
See.
you know how they come over here and do that? Because Africans and Asians, they put their money together. So Africans call it the susu, whatever. They
Yes,
put their
right.
money together. They build each other up, and then everybody takes their turn to come over here. Americans can do the same thing, but the problem is, even if we did something like that, they would snatch their money and run. We are the only really country that don't want to really stick together. We just look out for us. Those countries, they can come over here and build and do stuff with their money because they look out for their community.
Chris said, take some notes and do it yourself. Well, I don't want a laundromat or a home health agency. I'll make decent money. I'm good. I don't need that. Somebody else can take the notes and start them a laundromat, washaterian. Do they still call it washaterian? Or home health agency or a nail salon.
But black people don't do feet.
We got detail shops, beauty shops, and barber shops, Kendrick said. That is so true.
Well, it's nail salons here in Atlanta. It's a lot of different types of businesses here in Atlanta that are black owned.
Can I say this? I think Atlanta is like the exception to everywhere in the world. I think Atlanta is like the example of what we could be.
We could
when it comes to black ownership.
I admire Atlanta and all the black excellence in Atlanta.
Oh, well, thank you.
So many
You want to live down there, too many blacks, but I like seeing it from afar.
I thought you was gonna call them colors at first, but I got you.
Me too, Lawrence. I was nervous.
Too many colors in Atlanta.
I'm sorry, this is my hanging with my homie. This ain't nothing new to Candace and Charles. And Rick, this is what I like to, I'm having fun. Okay, Chris said, facts, Hunter. People steady bitching about immigrants and illegals, but aren't willing to put the same word. Well, I am. Some people aren't. You're right. Some people bitching about it and ain't willing to put up with the same effort. But I'm bitching about it, and I'm putting up the effort. I think it's ridiculous that we competing with people that aren't even legal in our country. And there are people complaining about the people that are legal that's coming over and starting businesses. Tam said, I'm about to buy real estate, commercial real estate, so I can start owning. Yeah, baby, go and get that.
Yeah.
Go and get some shops.
I was gonna say it's a lot of African Americans or black people up north that buy residential homes like duplexes and rent them out. That's something we do.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do. I'm ripping mine out now.
We gotta own. That's the word for 2021. Own some stock and some real estate and all that good stuff. All right,
we're so skeptical. We don't want to learn. You tell somebody, oh, this is a good investment. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, I want to do that. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Like,
I'm scared. Our granny told me just put the money under the mattress. They told me just put it in the savings account. Anybody, don't get no credit cards. Oh, the credit is the devil. All this stupid.
And you need credit cards.
The people that weren't even educated told us.
And you need credit. You can't buy anything with no credit.
Yeah.
Exactly. But don't get no credit card. It's the devil. Rather than teaching you how to properly manage finances, they just say don't fool with it. All the while, white folks teaching their kids how to deal with finances. They fooling with it. They straight.
But they have the worst credit. They actually have the worst credit.
And then crypto. You hear the word crypto, scare the hell out of people. Crypto, tell some of the crypto. I ain't fucking with that.
Crypto, yes.
What's wrong with that? I didn't mean to cuss. I ain't going with that crypto. I don't know what that is. What is that?
You better ask Akon.
Ain't messing with it. People done got.
I was gonna say I thought Akon was in charge of doing that.
Well,
Akon is starting a whole city somewhere.
Right.
He's doing some good stuff, actually. He talk crazy, but he's doing some serious stuff. Crypto, I know some people personally that became millionaires off of crypto.
It's a good investment.
I ain't trying to touch none of that. We got somebody else stopping on? Oh, here we go. Somewhere.
I was going to sleep. Good night. I don't have no hour.
Who opened the gate?
All right, y'all.
Who opened the gate? Mama, there go that man.
What's up, y'all?
Who opened the gate? Let her in.
Yeah, I was watching the convention and had y'all on at the same time. I didn't know which one to watch. I was like, this is getting good. Let me just stop the
How's the convention going? How's it going?
Great. I'm feeling happy to be a Democrat tonight. I'm just gonna say that.
Who spoke so far? Did Kasich speak yet?
No, he haven't spoke yet. But you know, it's gonna be
make you all tender inside. I'm sure. I'm looking forward to watching it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm a quasi Democrat until the end of the year, to January.
You know what? It's so funny because I was doing my facts. You know, just looking at researching, and come to find out that over the past 60 years, Democratic presidents have had higher growth rate, created more jobs, 3 times more jobs. The Republicans like to say they the best when it comes to, job creation and the economy. Well, they have the better GDP, 1.5 times better, and the stock market do twice as better when a Democratic president. So that's not true. I guess the Democratic Party is better when it comes to
well, Ricky, I've had a conservative tell me that was due to Reaganomics.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wow. I believe that's true. I believe that person. That person told me that was a very influential being. I want to meet him.
Reaganomics.
Damn, why you put up with this?
I don't believe no facts unless I see them. I don't believe it.
I can definitely send it to you.
Ricky,
there we go. Thank you, Paul. See, I like Paul. See, it's good to have a good white conservative. I think he's a conservative. I don't know. I'm assuming.
You know you're a conservative, man.
He definitely is.
Check who controls Congress during those Democrats when those Democrats are in office.
Oh, so we saying Congress really deserve more of the responsibility than the president. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say that President Obama had one of the longest stretches of economic growth than any president. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the crash that happened.
Even with the crash, he helped with the crash. Also, Donald Trump will leave office.
When did the recovery start when Obama was in office?
Immediately. They immediately started.
Immediately.
Actually, the company
started before he got in office.
If it started before he was in office, who was in there before him?
George W. Bush.
Clinton actually started when we went in the black, and then Bush came and kind of messed us up, and then
you just said something. I don't think you know what you said there. Hold on.
No.
You said that.
But Clinton is the reason why the economy did so well initially.
Clinton ain't a real Democrat. He's a moderate. He's a good conservative. Let's be honest.
I would say Barack Obama's a moderate as well.
And I'll say that too to some degree, except his social stuff is very far left. All right. So you said it started before Obama even said his black ass in the office, in the Oval Office.
Whoa.
What
started before? What started before?
That's what you said. So let's change it before.
He in the Oval Office right now, y'all.
Lord.
Oh my God.
The recovery had already began, which means
they had to. Well,
I like Bush. He's very funny and entertaining to me. Got it started, and Obama.
No, Clinton got it started.
Wait a minute. Let me explain this to you. So when the crash happened, you had people like Secretary Paulson trying to convince the Republicans to try to help these businesses and these banks that are failing, and the Republicans didn't want to. As a matter of fact, the first bill passed. Failed. And so the Democrats was the one that really, helped move that bill on. It was Obama. If you go back and look at that time, George Bush was pleading with his Republican Party to help save the America's economy because they didn't want to, because they felt like it's free market, it'll bounce back. Another bank will come
on. See it. I think some other smaller banks would have came up the ranks and had an opportunity outside of this monopoly of the big 4 or 5, or how many it is out there.
Well,
But
No, Lamar.
we're glad that
Obama-
that didn't happen. We're glad that they didn't
Obama
let
took
that
the
happen.
bailouts, and then they tried to flip it and say, "Oh, he's just helping banks like Merrill Lynch and all of that," but he helped save the economy.
And if you can remember, it was a bailout right before it was a stimulus check and stuff right before that. You know,
When did he do this? First term or second?
all that happened in the first term.
I'm just
He was the one that built out the auto industry.
Congress in the
That's right.
second term, right?
Lamar, what did
That's right.
Obama do to you?
Huh?
He's a
He
black
was
man.
black.
What he didn't do a damn thing. That's right. Listen, you have a historic moment in
He's somebody that took the unemployment rate from 10% to 4%. Trump
Who
took it
did?
back up to 10%.
Who? Obama did that?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yes.
He created
Yes.
the wave.
Yes.
And
He created the wave.
And his job growth rate is
After
extremely
Bush
high.
got it started on the downtrend.
Yeah, he came and brought it back up to the uptrend.
And Obama, the black unemployment, woo.
Well, that was because of the crash.
It was high.
It was because of the crash.
Right, but it kept increasing. We've had the longest stretch because, like, for instance, just think about it. Barack Obama came with an economic crisis, 2 wars. Donald Trump inherited a great economy.
You know what?
A great economy.
Absolutely
Thank
right.
you,
Good job,
Ricky. Thank you.
Ricky, I'm gonna look at you. All right, Obama is God.
No.
He's not God, and he got many flaws. But let me tell you what he didn't do.
Lamar, you
If he was
old,
president
man.
right now, he would have handled this pandemic a lot better
Get
than
this
what
man
Donald
some
Trump did.
CBD.
Tim, smile
What did Obama do for the blacks?
We had great
Was
job
Come
records.
to our household and high five us and hand us $1 million? Like,
We had great job records. And guess
You
who
did
else?
what
Guess who else? Guess who else gave to the HBCUs a lot? Barack Obama.
Obama
Yeah.
decided not to continue that trend
That's
of
not
giving
true.
to the HBCUs through that particular bill every year. He decided not to continue it.
That's not true.
Trump
I went and
continued.
looked that up. I went
And,
and looked that up, and that is not true at all.
and what did Obama do for the Christians?
From the Christians?
Charlie the old dude church, Jeremiah Wright church, act like he a Christian. And then what he do? He turned the world, which some think, I ain't gonna give you some think he turned the United States to Solomon and Gomorrah.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
we was there before Barack Obama though.
Well, because you talking about he legalized gay marriage. He didn't legalize gay marriage. That was the Supreme Court. That was the Supreme Court that legalized gay marriage.
Some Christians,
But it was a
black
great
people
thing.
won't admit to it, but some Christians, real Christians, have a problem with
The real Christians, y'all.
if anybody would have been rather than the first black president, they would have a big problem with what he brought to the United States or made normal in the United States.
Barack Obama didn't make that normal. He didn't make that
What's a
normal.
fake Christian?
It was
Huh?
Listen, man.
What's a fake Christian?
You said they fake
only
Christians.
real Christians.
what's a fake Christian, Lamar? She
Oh,
said.
the ones that just say they Christian but don't try to live by the Chronicles.
The Chronicles. But listen, Barack Obama was the president, not a pastor. So you have to know, like, he represented the interest,
Yeah,
the
but he
common
had a
interest of
big
people.
push, and I'm not giving my opinion either way now. No, I don't want the LGBTQ people coming after me because I don't care what nobody do. I believe in freedom and liberty. People should be able to do what they want to do. In my opinion, that's how I feel. I don't have any kind of feeling towards it religiously at all. I'm just saying for Christians, it's very interesting that hardcore Christians.
Well, most of them are Republicans.
Y'all know who y'all are. Tam say you make things normal that is against y'all's Bible. Christian.
You know what, Lamar? Me and Vic was just talking about this.
You want a Hindu person who's talking about this? What you saying?
My friend Vic is from India.
You want a Hindu?
Yeah, a Hindu. We was talking about the reason why these people, most people, because we got friends. Me and Lamar got the same friends. So we got a friend that's from Nigeria, right?
Right.
We got a friend that's from India, and these people, and we got our family who's extremely conservative. A lot of these conservative groups mostly swing Democrat than do, voting for, the Bible or their religious text, because most of those people probably should vote Republican, right?
Because they're not real Christians.
Well, not even Christians.
There it is.
like Vic, his parents are Hindu and they are extremely conservative, but they vote Democrat, and it's because you got a party that is not inclusive. They are a party that really, go out of their way to make black people fearful, to make white people fearful of black people, to make Hispanic people just these illegal immigrants.
It seems like that because so many of them, because black people refuse to be open-minded to a party that could possibly benefit them better than a party that chooses to give you goodies and the crutches for the rest of your life and be subjected to them and only get help from them when it's time for elections, and basically having a slave master, in my opinion. My thing is, you got to either take the book, all of it, or you don't.
That's a religious argument that you can have.
And eat it, or you don't.
That's a religious argument.
If that's the case, then believers shouldn't vote.
You either fearful of the Lord, like his Bible says, fearful of the Lord.
Believers shouldn't vote. What'd you say?
I said if what Lamar is saying is true, then believers shouldn't vote. If that's true, I'm not saying I agree with what he's saying.
I don't know that part about, but all right, if it say that, then right.
I disagree, but what I am saying, if that is true, then believers should vote. Like I said, like Barack Obama has to act in the common interest of America. America is not a Christian nation. It is a nation with Christians in it, but at the same time, he does not represent Christians. He does not represent the Christian ideology. His ideology is more of the Constitution. Like, if he so happens to be a Christian, or if he so happens to be a Muslim, like, that's fine. That is within the American fabric. But as believers, like, we don't look to him as like our God and our saving grace, man. Like, that's just
even though he's one of the most popular Democratic presidents.
Lamar.
Huh?
So you're saying this about Christians and Republicans and Democrats, but you have Trump out here saying speeches like
he's not a
Christian in the world.
Trump is not a
Lamar's over here trolling. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he is. That's right.
He's trolling.
Trolling.
Trump is not a Republican. Trump gave big money to Hillary and to Kamala Harris. He's always giving to the Democrat. He is not a Republican.
He represents the Republican Party.
An idiot that want to be president.
He represents the Republican Party, and that's the thing that a lot of evangelical had to come to terms with, is voting for Donald Trump. Because this dude is so brash and
he's not a Republican. He's a Christian. I wouldn't call him that.
He no Christian.
No, he's not.
He not.
He didn't even know how to hold a Bible.
I'm not gonna say he's not Christian. I don't know what's in the man's heart.
Brittany said somebody said you can't be a Christian and a Democrat at the same time. I hold true to that. I said it. I believe it. Nobody can prove to me, if you are a Christian and you say that you uphold the tenets, I don't know what they call in the Bible, about a man and a woman. Now, if you believe that, that's a big ass part of the chunk of the Bible that you cutting out to be a part of the Democratic Party.
That could be a whole nother episode. That a whole nother episode.
Yeah, we out of time, guys. I'm sorry, we out of time. Nobody.
Here you go. How convenient.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. We're anti-gay, anti-abortion,
we have to pay money.
Anti-immigrant.
Is Rush Limbaugh up here?
You said what? Hold on, let me read Tam's comment real quick. She said Republicans weren't so anti-gay, and for abortions, I think most would, and not for abortions, I think most would vote Democrat. Some don't vote based on policy, but being homophobic and judgmental. I wish people would get away from saying which side is more Christian, because neither are. I just don't.
I agree.
Exactly.
Thank you, baby. Statutes, laws, and testaments. What did I say? Tenants?
Statues.
Hey, what kind of statue? We talking about the Confederate statue?
Thank y'all for tuning in. I just want to give a disclaimer. I want to have a little fun tonight. 98% of what I said, I truly believe. The rest was with kayfabe and a little jarring and trolling.
Oh man! What 98%? What's the 2% then?
You got to be able to
the introduction.
If you know me personally, you know the 2%. I had fun. Thank y'all. Oh, we're supposed to talk about COVID. What happened? What's going on with COVID? People stay in the house.
Stay in the house. Wear your mask when you go out.
All right. And what other topic we got? I'll run through it real bad.
My thing with COVID. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Kamala Harris. Thank goodness we got a woman running for as VP, gonna be VP. That's gonna also be president, and then we need to scoot her ass on out and get a conservative back in office. All right, it's gonna be.
I agree.
So are you Republican or you?
I agree with that though.
I'm a moderate.
Sound like you a Republican.
Depending on what she.
It depends on what it is, man. Depends on what it is.
We just scoot on out there and get a conservative in there.
I'm independent. It depends. Like for instance, all the gay stuff I'm talking about, the LGBTQ plus minus. I don't care what they do. I don't mind. I don't care about them being able to get married and screw and all this stuff. I don't care. I don't give a crap. As it relates to abortion, and this is an unpopular opinion, I wouldn't personally be able to do it because I would cry every day if thinking about it. And I think it's a horrible thing on somebody's mental and psyche to have that decision to have to make for themselves. But I think it's their decision. I don't think it's my decision. I don't think it's my decision. But I personally want to do it. But I think it's up to that person, and that's an unpopular opinion.
It depends on who the person is. 1 in 3 women have abortions, and I know women who've had abortions. Me and my wife know women who had abortions, and they don't think twice about it.
Well,
you know?
well, I feel like that opens when you start trying to control what women do with their body.
That's right.
It could take it even further. So pro choice is abortion laws are the first thing, and then after that, if they do something else, then that's gonna give more leeway to more control over us.
And I know we're not talking about
what
that.
if they were like sexually assaulted and got pregnant? You want them to keep that baby? And
yeah, we had a whole episode on that, didn't we, Lamar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. Ricky. But we can't get into it. But I know. I say this how we done. I was
mad at y'all on that episode too.
You weren't mad at me, Candace. Listen, I'm right along because I like what you're saying is true.
I believe in ultimate freedom and liberty. Leave my money in my pockets alone. Don't try to make me pay more in taxes other than an equal rate. Don't try to screw me and pull more money out of my pockets that need to come out. Don't tell me what to do with my body. Don't tell me who I can marry, who I can screw, unless it's kids and stuff like animals and stuff like that, of course.
People who can't consent.
All right. So it's not like a closet Republican. I believe in just liberty and freedom. Leave me alone. Less government. I think we need less government. I don't think we need more. So perhaps I'm more libertarian than anything.
I feel like women should do whatever they want with their bodies. Big up to the WAP video.
On that.
And on that note,
I'm saying we are all given free will, but I don't think it's Christian. That's my opinion. You know, a lot of Christians believe that, and then some Christians don't. Some Christians like that.
Well, do Christians question the fornication that occurred prior to the abortion? Do they have a problem with that?
They do.
Yeah, that part.
That
part.
Especially if you're shacking. You can't shack. No shack.
They Bible missing 80 pages in different spots. They just pull stuff out.
they eat it.
All right, I'm sorry, guys. Let me get out of here. Thank y'all. Fridays is the day that I'm serious and I got my jacket on. Monday is gonna be my goofy crazy day. So tune in on both and get a little bit of both. Crazy and then serious, making sure you learn something and all this talking about the Constitution like Lawrence and talking about the U.S. talking about voter suppression. And talking to you guys about Democrats, all that good stuff. But today, having fun. Thank y'all for tuning in. TLB tonight. I'm going to get some greens. Peace out.
Hey. Peace.